I've always put an enormous importance on drawing. And my work even now, even though maybe now it's a little less figurative in some ways, it is still based, as everything I've ever done is based on a good drawing. And I've always been able to draw. I've always been able to reproduce what I see in front of me. And the drawing for me has always been the most important part of any piece of my work. So here we have one of my books that I do when I do my live modeling course. Or it's not a course, it's just a bunch of us that get together and draw. And this is where I start. The longest pose we do is usually 10 minutes. During this 10 minutes, I try to get enough information so that I can take it home, and from then I can work it up if I think it's a really nice pose. You see, these are all in various states of being finished, and then it will get to the point where something like this would be a completed drawing.
It's unfortunate that in our Canadian art scene, that the only painters that are really recognized are the group of 7 and those that have come, what I call the nifty 50. And the public doesn't want to talk about risks. The public should take the risk and should buy something by an artist who's expressing himself. Maybe today they won't appreciate it, but certainly down over the years, people are going to look at Whitebeard's work and they're going to say, there was something special there.
Artists come out with gems. Little gems every now and then when things are going. You know, you have ups and downs in life, and same with the artist. But when you hit a curve, when you're on your peak, it's like everything you do is just, everything comes out easier, and it's just flowing, and you run with those peaks, because who knows what's around the corner, you know? But Dwight keeps an even keel too, you know, he's good at managing that. He's never too down, never too up. His style now is more distinct than ever before. This is much more, I think it's deeper than his other pieces. He has this crispness. You come up close and you see how crisp the light is, how strong it is, and you're asking yourself, well, you know, this is kind of tight. And then you got this loose, large pieces, but when you stand back, you can really enjoy, you can see some depth, even though it's a flat panel. You're trying to get perspective, and the perspective becomes deeper as you stand back and see the tones and colors that he used. It's just fantastic. He's at a point now where he's beyond where he was. The doors are sort of opening up with this new style that he's doing. Just this weekend, actually, there's a pretty good chance that this is sold already.
I think society judges artists 150 years down the road. Whether it contributes to society is not for me to judge. I mean, if I'm happy with what I'm doing, I think that's the most important. As an artist, for me, that is the most important thing. A lot of people put artists on this sort of pedestal or whatever, you know. I don't think that's right. I don't think an artist has any more talent than the mechanic. I mean, I can't fix my car. He can't do a painting, you know. But he's doing what he wants to do because he likes mechanics. I'm doing what I want to do because I like to paint. And I'm very lucky to be able to do so. When I go to some places, especially if I go like in the US or places like this, everybody there just thinks I'm a sports artist, you know. And yet, for the first 20 years of my painting career, I never did anything with sports, and I do very little with it now. But I'm the baseball guy. I'm a sports artist. And then every year when I go, I bring new stuff into my booth, which has nothing to do with baseball, you know. And then, you know, like a third of my booth is sports, 2/3 of it isn't. And I say, oh, we didn't know you did all this.